Hello, my friends. I was just talking about the power of God in the previous video and how I got very, very sick. But God wanted to show me His glory, and so that spiritual sickness that was upon me that only could be broken through prayer and through the Word of God and through worship. God used that to be able to prepare me for what He wanted to show me. And He knew that I was going to overcome that spiritual warfare before I ever overcame it, because He has so much faith in us. You know, that even though we're tested in many trials and tribulations, He has faith that we can overcome because of our relationship with Him. And so now I'm going to share with you what was waiting for me after I overcame that hardship. It didn't happen right away, maybe a few days later. But what happened was I was inside the cafeteria and a girl came to me and said, "I know you're a woman of faith. I know you're a prayer warrior. Will you pray for my eyes to be healed so I don't have to wear glasses anymore?" And so I said, "You have faith and you believe God can heal you. So I have faith and I will believe that for you." And so I went ahead and I sat her down in the chair and I prayed for her. And I believe that we should pray without ceasing, that we just pray all the way through until the miracle happens. And so I just kept praying for her and praying for her and praying for her and praying over her eyes. And then I'd ask her if she could see better, and then I'd just pray longer and longer until I heard a response. And it was like an hour of praying, you know, or longer, and I got to a place and I was just like, you know what? I don't see the change happening, so I need to go spend some time with the Lord. So I went ahead and I went up on the hill and I just burst into tears and I started asking God why He didn't heal her. And I know He has the power, and I know that He loves to heal His people. He said, healing is as giving bread to children, you know, it's something He wants to give to all of us. And so as I sought His face and I just kept crying out to Him, He answered my prayer. He's always speaking to me. So I prayed until I heard His voice. And He said, "My child, I love you so much. The reason that I did not heal her is because she wasn't praying to me. She was praying to Saint Mary. And if I would have healed her, she would have given praise to Mary and continued that for the rest of her life. Because she is a Catholic and she does not believe in praying to Jesus Christ and God the Father. So I did not heal her because of that." And I thanked Him. I thanked Him for telling me. And I praised Him and I gave Him glory, because I know that His answer is always the right one. God always, even if He doesn't answer the way we want Him to, He always does what is right. And so I praised His name, and then I went down to my favorite place, which was the gazebo. I would pray for hours there. And I just sat on my knees, and there appeared before me was Jesus. And He was so bright, brighter than the sun, that I couldn't even see His face because He was so bright, and all I could see before me was my own darkness and my own heart. And I got on my knees and I praised Him and I thanked Him and I told Him how much I love Him. And He put His hand on my head and He said, "I love you, my child." And He said, "Stand up." And I said, "No, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy." And I just remember that feeling of love and comfort and warmth that He brought to me, you know, and I could see in His hands, you know, the holes in His hands and His feet. I could see that they were still there, and I just gave Him glory and praise. And I remember He was wearing a white garment all the way down, and He had a red sash across Him, but everything else was just so bright. I couldn't see anything but the light, and it just was blinding to me because all I could see was my own darkness in my own heart. Even though I was so close, I could only think about how dark I still was and how much I needed him in me. And he just kept telling me over and over again how much he loves me. And then after he left, I looked up and there was this beautiful, beautiful sunset. It just filled the sky with all different colors of pink and orange and purple and blue, and it was just gorgeous. It was just everywhere, stretched out across. And I just praised him and thanked him and glorified his name, and I realized that I had seen the glory of the Lord and that I was meant to share that testimony with you today so that it could touch your heart. If you've never seen him, he said, "Blessed are those who have never seen me but yet still believe." And so I stand before you and I call you blessed, because you don't have to see him to know that he's real. You don't have to see him to know that he's alive and living in you and through you. So I hope that you're blessed today and you have a great day. God bless.